In this video, we will discuss some topic of motion like uniform motion, non-uniform motion, speed, velocity, acceleration. Now, first topic is uniform motion. When an object travels equal distances in equal interval of time, howsoever small the interval may be, the motion of the object said to be uniform. For example, suppose a car covers 60 km in first hour, another 60 km in second hour, again 60 km in third hour, and so on. The motion of the car in uniform motion. Let us now understand the meaning of the word howsoever small the time interval may be used in this definition. In this example, the car travels a distance of 60 km in each hour. In the strict sense, the car should travel 30 km in each half hour and 50 km in every 15 minutes and 10 km in every 10 minutes and 5 km in every 5 minutes and 1 km in every 1 minute. Only then the motion of the car can be said to be uniform. However, the broader sense, we do not mind even when time interval is weak. The motion of the car is taken as a uniform when it's cover a distance of 60 km in every 1 hour. Now the next second topic is non-uniform motion. When an object travel unequal distances in equal interval of time, howsoever small the interval may be, the motion of the object is said to be non-uniform. For example, suppose a car covers 40 km in first hour, 50 km in second hour, and 30 km in third hour, 70 km in fourth hour, and so on. The motion of the car is non-uniform as it's cover unequal distances in equal interval of time. In the stricter sense, when a car covers 60 km in every 1 hour but not 1 kilometer in every minute, its motion may be taken as non-uniform. For the other example of non-uniform motion are a body falling freely under gravity has non-uniform motion as it's cover unequal distances in each second. The distance covered goes on increasing in every successive second on account of acceleration due to gravity. Now the next topic is rate of motion, that is called speed. The rate of motion of the body is usually measured by finding the distance traveled by the body in unit time. This quantity is referred to as the speed of the body. Thus, the speed of the body is defined as the distance traveled by the body in unit time. That is, the speed equals to distance traveled by the object divided by time taken. If s is the distance traveled by the body in time t, its speed v, then equation will be v is equal to s by t. And the SI unit of the speed is meter per second. And it is a scalar quantity and speed can be 0 or positive and it can never be negative. Now then speed may be two types. It's may be uniform speed or non-uniform speed or variable speed. What is the uniform speed? When a bodies travel equal distances in equal interval of time, howsoever small the interval may be, the speed of the time is said to be uniform. And non-uniform speed or variable speed, when a body covers unequal distances in equal interval of time, howsoever small the interval may be, it may be second, it may be minute, it may be hour, and the speed of the body is said to be non-uniform or variable speed. In most of cases, the body moves in a variable speed or a non-uniform speed. Therefore, we describe the rate of motion of such bodies in terms of their average speed. So now the average speed of a body is obtained by the dividing the total distance traveled by the total time taken. So that's why the average speed equals to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Okay. Now the next topic is velocity, and velocity is when the speed is in a particular direction, so that speed is called a velocity. So now you know that the rate of motion of a body gives us the speed of the bodies, wherein we have no information about the direction of motion of the body. The rate of motion of the body will be more comprehensive if we specify the direction of motion along with its speed. The quantity that specified both the rate of motion and the direction of rate of motion is called velocity of the body. So now in this way, the velocity of body is the distance traveled by the body in unit time in a given direction. In other words, the velocity of body is the speed of the body in particular direction. Now in this way, the velocity equals to distance travel in given direction divided by time taken, or velocity is equals to displacement divided by time. Velocity is a vector quantity, whereas speed is a scalar quantity, and the SI unit is same, meter per second. Now it may be uniform velocity or constant velocity, and second is variable velocity or non-uniform velocity. So then first is uniform velocity or constant velocity. When a body is moving along a straight line covering equal distances in equal interval of time, howsoever small interval may be, the velocity of the body is said to be uniform or constant. For example, when a train travels over the straight horizontal track covering 60 km in every hour, this train is said to have uniform velocity of 60 km per hour. Now, variable velocity or non-variable velocity. The velocity of the body can be changed in any one of the three ways. First is by changing the speed of the body. By the changing of the speed of the body, the velocity is also changes. And second is by changing the direction of the motion of the body. Suppose any object travel in a circular motion, in a circular path, so then in every second its direction will change, and that's why we can say that its velocity is also changing. Why? Because its direction is changing. Speed is same, but direction is changing. Now second, by changing both the speed and direction of motion. Thus, velocity of a body is said to be variable or non-uniform when it's cover unequal distances in a particular direction in equal interval of time, or the direction of motion of the body changes even when it's cover equal distances in equal interval of time. You can see that in this slide the variable velocity. So the velocity of the body can be changed in any one of the following three ways. First is changing the speed of the body. Second is changing the direction of the motion of the body, and by changing both the speed and direction of the body. Now in this way you can say that the velocity of the body is said to be variable when it's cover unequal distances in a particular direction in equal interval of time, or the direction of the motion of the body changes even when they covers equal distances in equal interval of time. Now second is average velocity. When the body is moving along a straight line at a variable speed, its velocity is variable. In that case, we express the rate of motion of the body in terms of its average velocity. So then now in this way, when velocity of a body is changing at a uniform rate over the period of time, then average velocity of the body for this period is arithmetic means of initial velocity and final velocity of the body. Now in this way, the average velocity equals to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. Now the next topic is acceleration. Acceleration means rate of change of velocity. When a body is moving uniformly along a straight line, its velocity is constant. Therefore, change in its velocity is zero over any interval of time. However, when a body is in non-uniform motion, its velocity changes. That is, velocity of the body is different at different point of the path and at different instant of time. Thus, the change in velocity of the body is not zero during any interval of time. So, express the rate of change of velocity, we introduce another physical quantity called acceleration. Then the acceleration of the body is defined as the rate of change of velocity of the body with time. Thus, acceleration of a body is a measure of change in velocity of the body per unit time. Thus, acceleration equals to change in velocity divided by time taken. As you know that the change in velocity means the final velocity minus initial velocity. So now in this way, acceleration equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. Suppose small u initial velocity of the body and time is 0, and u is final velocity of the body at the time t, and a is the acceleration of the body. So now equation will be a equals to v minus u divided by t. Now as a unit of the acceleration, the unit of the acceleration is meter per second square, and acceleration is a vector quantity. Yes, if the motion of the along the straight line and the velocity of the bodies is increases with the time, the acceleration is in the direction of the velocity. Thus, acceleration is a vector quantity, and the value of the acceleration may be 0, positive or negative. Now we will discuss about this. First is, when a body is moving along a straight line with a uniform velocity, change in its velocity v minus u equals to 0. Therefore, acceleration a equals to 0. So now in this way, acceleration will be 0. It means that that object is in a constant acceleration. It's have a constant acceleration. Now second, when the velocity of a body increases with time, it means that final velocity is more than initial velocity, therefore v minus u is the positive, and it means v minus u means change in velocity will be positive. As such, acceleration will be positive. The direction of acceleration along the direction of velocity. The motion is said to be accelerated motion. For example, when a body is dropped, its velocity goes in increasing due to gravity, the acceleration is positive. Third is when the velocity of the body increases with time, it means that when the velocity of the body decreases with time, it means that initial when the velocity of the body increases with time, initial velocity is more than final velocity, therefore v minus u is negative, and such acceleration will be negative. The negative acceleration is called retardation. Now acceleration are two types, uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration, the acceleration of a body is said to be uniform when velocity of the body is moving along a straight line changes by equal amount in equal interval of time. That is when velocity of a body changes at a uniform rate, it's said to be uniform acceleration. For example, motion of a body falling freely under a action of gravity. Second is the motion of a ball rolling down a smooth inclined plane. A non-uniform acceleration, when the velocity of a body changes at non-uniform rate, that is velocity changes by unequal amount in equal interval of time. The acceleration of the body is said to be variable or non-uniform. Thank you.